Libras. And I just want to apologize because I know your video is going up like a week after everybody else's, but I have a lot going on, and I have 4 videos left, 4 signs that I need to get up, and I'm just really, really sorry that you guys are not up with everybody else. So, this is your monthly love reading for the month of August. Okay, this is Divine Love Tarot. So, thank you for joining me. I just want to say thank you if you're a subscriber. Okay, I really appreciate it. I'm like feeling very blessed and just excited about this channel. You know, I didn't know what to expect when I decided to start doing readings on YouTube, and so it's just like I'm super excited about everything that's happening. All right. So let's go ahead and get into your reading, okay? It's going to be a past, present, and future reading. 3 cards in each position. So let's go ahead and look at the cards in your past position, okay? I've already shuffled off camera. So the first card in your past position, Libra, is the Wheel of Fortune. The next card in your past position is the Nine of Swords. And the next card in your past position is the Seven of Cups in reverse. All right, so let's go ahead and start. Where's my pen? I can't find my pen. Let's go ahead and start with the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune represents something, right? Because it's in the past position. This basically is something that maybe is the catalyst for things that are happening now or your current situation. All right, this was some sort of change, some sort of maybe an event even that is setting the stage for everything that's going forward. All right, it basically started the momentum in the relationship for how things are now. Okay, so basically, something that was either fated to happen or destined to happen. All right. You also have the Nine of Swords in your past position. So the Nine of Swords represents a time of like worrying, okay, a time of grief. When you see the Nine of Swords, this also can represent maybe that you're feeling guilty about something. So maybe whatever this situation was that happened, you feel responsible for it somehow, because that's also what the Nine of Swords represents, okay? Um, so it's like it's basically you feel like you're suffering, or you felt like you were suffering in the relationship, or you just weren't you were afraid that either something that happened it was going to come out, okay? It was some type of secret that you were afraid was going to be revealed. So the Nine of Swords just basically represents like very negative feelings that you had, and it may not have necessarily been as bad as you thought, but at that point, okay, you felt like, you know, whatever was going on, you were taking the worry and the burden basically of whatever happened. All right. And then we also in the past position have the Seven of Swords. I'm sorry, the Seven of Cups in reverse. So the Seven of Cups in reverse can indicate unrequited love in some instances. Okay, so maybe you felt like you were worrying and you were in grief and agony because you were in love with somebody who may not have been reciprocating those feelings. Okay, that's one possibility. This can also represent that there was some sort of temptation. So if that was the Wheel of Fortune event, okay, if you did something, Libra, and this is just for some people. I'm not saying that everyone has done this. I'm just trying to go over the different avenues, okay? So if you did something, or if you acted on that temptation, you might have been feeling guilty about it, okay? And that can very well be why the Seven of Cups in reverse is here. But this also can represent that there's anxiety here. Something was causing you some sort of anxiety, okay? Um because this card can also represent anxiety and being insecure. And if not, then this is also pointing to a indication that maybe you made your intentions clear to your partner. So maybe that's what you were worried about, okay? You were worried about letting this person know exactly how you felt. And that could have been, wanting them or not wanting them. Whatever it was, you got real, okay? You got real clear in that instance and honest about what you were feeling. All right, so those are just a few scenarios. So let's go ahead and see what's going on. Let's leave these cards here. Let's see what's going on in your present position to see what, possibly could be happening. All right, so the first card in your present position is the Eight of Cups. The next card in your present position is the Hanged Man in reverse. All right, and the next card in your present position is the Ace of Cups, also in reverse. All right, so the Eight of Cups we know is the card of disappointment, okay? Disappointment. You're turning your back on a person or a situation. All right, you may be moving away from a person or a situation. All right, the thing with the Eight of Cups, though, is that if it is a break, it could be a temporary break in a relationship. Because usually when you see the Eight of Cups, either, you're feeling abandoned in a situation or your partner has moved on from you, but that person tends to come back. So maybe, you've got clear hair in this situation and you're deciding to move away now, okay? Or this can also represent the period of healing after a breakup. So if you got very clear with that person and you said, you know what, I can't do this anymore, then this represents the period of moving on. It's a period of healing after a breakup. All right, but with the Eight of Cups, it tends to indicate that you may go back to that situation. All right. You also have the Hangman in reverse. And the Hangman in reverse can represent indecisiveness, okay? It can also represent being stubborn, even sometimes a bit of selfishness, okay? This also represents someone who is used to playing the victim or tends to play the victim role, all right? Or perhaps you're just kind of sulking, all right? So whatever situation is, if you're the one who's feeling abandoned by your partner, all right, then you might be feeling sulky, you might be indecisive about what to do. If you haven't moved on from the situation, then you're definitely debating that decision to move away, okay? You have the Ace of Cups also in reverse, okay? So the Ace of Cups in reverse can represent like lack of feelings, okay? Maybe your feelings have changed or there's something that's blocking your feelings for your partner. And so, in this whole position, you're feeling disappointed. If you are feeling disappointed and you're not sure how to move on, then of course you're probably not expressing whatever you're feeling for your partner now because you're trying to figure out what you want to do. Okay? Do you want to stay in this situation? Or if you moved on from the situation, did you make the right decision? Okay? And definitely if you have moved on from this person, your feelings for them have dried up. All right? Ace of Cups, basically you need a change, okay? You're not happy with the state of your love life, or you're not happy with the state of your relationship, okay? So if it's not just the feelings for your partner drying up, then your feelings have definitely changed for this person, all right? And it's just a clear indicator that your feelings have like stopped or they've changed, okay? That's what the Eight of Cups is telling us. You ain't even worried about your feelings. And that's also another indication of the Eight of Cups. You're not making your love life a priority right now. All right. And that's what the Eight of Cups is saying. The Eight of Cups is saying, look, these cups could be full, they could be empty, but right now I'm not even focusing on it because I've done so much worrying in the past. Okay. I don't even know what to do right now. And so I don't have time to worry about what the situation is. Okay. Because whatever happened before, all right, you decided, like, look, this is what it is, all right? Either we're together or we're not together. And I think maybe you decided, you know what, we might need a little bit of a break. So right now, your mind is not even on this love situation. You don't even have time to be bothered, all right? Your feelings are just like kind of shut off. So let's go ahead and see what you've got going on in your future position. Okay, Libra? Future position, you have the Page of Cups, you have the Five of Wands, and then you have the King of Pentacles in reverse. Okay? And so the Page of Cups, if it represents a person, all right, this might be someone younger than you, all right? Could be a possible water sign that's younger than you. So this person is kind of like creative. They're in love with love. Okay, they bring that kind of like lovey-dovey puppy love type energy to your life. So if you have moved on, Libra, okay, from that situation in the past that was causing you all that grief, then in the future you are set possibly to meet this Page of Cups person. Okay, and if it isn't the Page of Cups, then you are feeling basically like you know what I'm saying? You're just kind of feeling kind of carefree in love. You know, it's a fresh new start. So if you are seeing someone or meeting someone new, you're just feeling, you know, you're just all about love. Like where right now in the present, you could not be bothered. In the future, you're back to feeling romantic because Libras are very romantic. So you're not going to stay stagnant for long. You're not going to turn your back on love for very long because that's the essence of your sign. Okay. So in the future, you've got something where either you're rekindling your spark with your partner, all right? That person has come back to you and you guys are feeling that romance and that, you know, that lovey-dovey sensation. All right? And so like I said, if it's not a person, then that's how you're feeling, okay? And if it's not how you're feeling, then this is possibly someone that is coming to you in the future. Then you also have the Five of Wands, okay? So the Five of Wands indicates some sort of conflict, maybe a minor fight, okay? So I feel like if you have stayed with your partner, all right, maybe you guys just go up and down a lot. So one minute you're feeling lovey-dovey, the next minute you're, you know, you may be bickering and squabbling, but it's very small and minor. All right? And like with the Eight of Cups saying, you know, whatever goes on between you guys usually is temporary anyway. So this is just some type of misunderstanding. Now, if you have moved on from this person, then the Five of Wands can indicate that there's multiple people after you. All right. So if you're dating in the future, you might have a lot of options coming towards you. All right. Whether you want those options or not, I don't know. But that's what the Five of Wands indicates. And it can also indicate that the person that you're interested in may have a lot of options. So then you want to be careful because if you're feeling all like lovey-dovey and in love with love and you're just ready to have a romantic situation, then be careful that the person that you're dealing with is sincere because you do have the King of Pentacles in the future position and he is in the reverse. So in the reverse, the King of Pentacles, as any king can be in the reverse or any court card, he can tend to be selfish, manipulative, okay, overbearing, possibly a liar, controlling, okay? So you want to be careful. This person is like very egotistical. And so if this is not the energy of someone dealing with, then you might be careful because this might be your energy, okay, Libra? And you just might be feeling that way. If you're with the same person and you guys are going through your little ups and downs, then you might feel like if this situation that happened in the past was something that they did that caused you fear and grief and made you clear about what was going on and about the situation, then right now you might be feeling a little bit selfish, all right? You might be trying to control the situation because you don't want to be hurt again. All right, so if this is not you, and if it's not your energy, and if it's not the energy of your partner, then this is just representing a time where things are a little bit unstable in your situation. All right, you're not really feeling the love from your partner, so your relationship is just kind of it hits a stagnant point. All right, so then you know, the Page of Cups can be emotional. So maybe you're emotional because you guys are having these little minor fights and things are stagnant, okay? So coming out of the present position where, you know, you weren't really focusing on the love or it just wasn't what you wanted. Going forward, you're trying to spark things again, but for whatever reason, you guys still have this energy of like just conflict, not conflict like the Five of Swords conflict, but still, it's petty, okay? It's petty, it's bickering, it's just like the everyday stuff, and it's just lending a bit of instability to your situation. You'd rather feel more grounded and more stable, but under these circumstances, that's not what's happening. Okay, Libra. So, I remember some of your reading from last month and your weekly readings, and it just seems like this situation has been going kind of back and forth for some time. All right. So, like I said, either, you're coming out of a situation where you did something, you were feeling guilty about it, and maybe you were honest about it with your partner. All right. And now in the present position, um, you either are turning your back on the situation, or maybe your partner is turning your back on the situation, turning their back on you because they're upset about whatever happened in the past. Okay. This is one road. I'm going to go down a few others. So don't be mad at me. Um, and that caused you now to be stuck, all right, and not know what to do. Do you want to move on? Your feelings are stagnant because your partner is not there. You feel abandoned. Okay, so how can you have feelings, or how can you express your feelings if this person has turned their back on you? But then in the future, you guys might rekindle. Okay, you might have a little spark, but there's still residual arguing. All right, there's still residual issues because you guys have to get clear. You have to communicate and get over what happened in the past position. And so therefore things are not going to be as stable as you like. So if it wasn't you that did something in your past, and your partner did something in your past and it hurt you and it just left you worrying about the state of the relationship, okay? But either way, you just were feeling anxious, okay? But through your anxiety, it opened your eyes and made you aware of who they were, okay? So now in the present position, you're the one who is kind of like not focusing on your love relationship or your love life, because you are trying to get over what they did to you in the past, all right? And so going into the future, um, either you move on and you meet a new person, possibly a water sign or somebody with the energy of the Page of Cups, or you meet someone who makes you feel that way, okay? And you may have other options as well, or this person has options, and maybe you're being a little bit selfish in your love life because you're coming out of a situation where you've been hurt, all right? And so if you don't break up and you stay with the person, then either way, Page of Cups, lovey-dovey, puppy love feeling, you know, still trying to, figure out, or maybe you guys get back together, but you still have these options. And because you have these options, you're being selfish, Libra, because you're like, look, you hurt me in the past, and now I have options. And so the situation is a little bit rocky because you have these options and you're not ready to settle down yet. Okay, so that's another avenue that we can look into for the future position. All right, Libra. So, you guys are communicators. So, you just need to make sure that you communicate with your partner what it is that you want out of that relationship. And it seems like if you don't get what you want, that you're willing to move on, or you're willing to just take that step back and see how things go from there. But in the future, you have options, okay? We always have options. It's just whether or not we want to, recognize them or not. Okay, Libra, so thank you so much. When this video goes up, I'm also going to be putting up your general reading, so you can go ahead and check that out and see if anything else pops up in your general that gives you a little insight into the love reading as well. All right, Libra, so thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys at the next video. All right, bye.